Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar, and I'm really surprised at this book. Uh, I wanted to get the title where you could see it, but then you're like missing the top of her head. So I just kind of compromised. You're missing her hair, and you got part of the Mary Jane. So it's kind of like the Rye Lane or something. I don't know. But this book, or I guess it'd be like Rye Jank. Oh, that sounds like a Star Wars character's name actually, Rye Jank. Anyway, I'm really surprised at this book. So, two people whose comic book opinions I always find interesting. Let me adjust the microphone real quick. Let's try that. Is that a little better? Oh, that looks like a little bit better on my volume levels there. Yeah, so two people whose comic book opinions, I don't always agree with them. But they're always interesting. You know what I'm saying? Larry King, who I bought his comics, and that comic awesome, who does he even have like an active YouTube channel anymore? He used to. I was on a stream with both of them once upon a time. No, it doesn't look like he has uploaded anything in like a year. That's a shame. That is a shame. I am subbed to this dude, right? I better be. Yeah, I totally am. Anyway, the two of them, that comic awesome was like, "Yo, I like this book," and Larry King was like, "I hate this book," and so I was like, this is controversially interesting because these guys like similar but different things. So I thought, hey, I'd get it. And we've been talking for like a minute and a half, and I've done nothing but give you the setup. So, aside from having this nice femme fatale cover, I really like the little spider web design and the lace work there. That's really nice. It's a very evocative cover. It feels like a movie poster, right? That's what it should feel like because that's what the book's about. Even though this book does not really tell you what's happening inside the book itself, it's still evocative of the theme matter of the book, of the story, of what's going on. And I appreciate that. And hold on, I'm having a comic book stack crisis. I got to adjust that a little bit. There we go. Sorry, I know I'm like reaching my whole arm through and you can't see anything. If I didn't do that, I was going to have a comic book slide or something. So don't want any crinked corners here, bro. Oh man, let's just crack this open. So we start off with some action. It's fun. Immediately, I'm like, holy crap! She just elbowed Doc Ock in the face. She's dealing with Craven the Hunter. What? It's nuts and it's fun, and I dig it. I absolutely dig it. Now, of course, we learn here in the next couple of pages that it's really just a movie set, and whatever. It doesn't matter. It's fun. There's dudes hanging around that are villains. I almost recognize some of these guys, but it's been so long since I read a lot of the Spider-Man stuff that I don't 100% recognize them. One guy I do recognize, of course, Mysterio. And I got to be really careful here because I don't want to spoil too much of the book. But Mysterio is impersonating a movie director and making a movie about Mysterio. It's later described by Mary Jane to Peter as being the Breaking Bad of superhero movies, which I think that'd be kind of fun. You've got an unreliable narrator who's basically lying to everybody, including himself, and doing cool stuff. Like, I think that could be fun. In fact, I find this so interesting that it's one of those stories where, gosh, how do I put this? Writers love to write stories about writers. Movie writers, film writers, script writers, they love to write stories about movies. Like movie people love making movies about making movies. I should look. Who actually wrote this? This is a great cover. I'm really glad I picked this one up. I saw this. I didn't even look to see what other covers there were. Is there a credits on a page somewhere here that I can look at and show you? Because I sure would like some credits. No, there are no credits anywhere in this book. How do I know who worked on this? Doesn't even sound the last page. There's got to be like credits hidden in here somewhere. Oh, I don't know that I want to flip through any further. Oh, hold on. I think we just found it. Leah Williams. Why does that sound familiar? Isn't she a young adult writer? Isn't she a young adult writer? Isn't she writing something else that I probably would hate? Let me look this up. I gotta look this up before I lose my train of thought. Leah Williams, writer. Leah Williams, author of What If Magic number 2018. Okay, so this is the right person. Gwenpool Strikes Back, X-Men Black Emma Frost. Oh my god, you're the one that wrote that crap? Well, I guess the writing wasn't really at fault with that. It was totally the art that let it down. Okay, so she's written some stuff. I don't really hold any of the stuff that I see her name associated with here in high regard. This, on the other hand, turns out it's actually kind of fun. So now you're thinking, Elizibar, this sounds stupid. It's a movie with Mary Jane and Mysterio? Yeah, deal with it. It's actually fun. He comes off kind of sympathetic here, which most Spider Man villains, with the exception of the Osborn, well, no, even the Osborns need to come off a little bit sympathetic. Like, Spider Man usually deals with real people, and real people can be evil and sympathetic at the same time. And Spider Man, for decades, has done a pretty good job of that. Like, Norman Osborn isn't just like the murder screen goblin, he's also a father. His son, Harry Osborn, is not just the murder screen goblin, he's also a father. He's also Peter's best friend, you know? The people have more to them than just lol evil. You know, oh, lol random evil. Yes, yes, I am random evil. This is what I do. I do evil thing. Probably the one guy who is the least like that is, I don't know, Craven the Hunter or something. Maybe the Puma. I don't even remember what he does. There's one page in here that people were making fun of. It's actually really appropriate for where it's at. So this dude says something bad about Mary Jane, and he just, Mysterio, this is Mysterio in disguise, just rolls in like a boss. And he's like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? I'm the crazy movie director auteur. Oh, look at that dynamic color shift, or palette light brightness adjustment. I thought I fixed my camera so it wouldn't do that anymore. Oh well, obviously I didn't. And so he just like, this actually happens. Nobody does this in real life, but a crazy movie director absolutely could and would do this. It's actually really appropriate that this dude is doing the Twitter clap talk. You know, you say a word, you clap. We are making art here. Like, he does it. And I thought it was actually kind of fun where it popped up. Because Mysterio is actually in character, which makes sense because what's Mysterio's background? He's totally a special effects movie guy. It's great. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on. They call and they have some spicy chat, you know, you know what I'm saying? And there's this goofy bit, and it's actually for somebody who grew up watching these two be married. That's actually kind of fun. It's actually kind of fun to see that. I hope I'm not spoiling too much of the book. I really do. This came out not this week, but the previous week, I do believe, and I surprisingly liked it. It's interesting enough that I want to read the next issue. So I am gonna make sure that it gets put on my pull list, so that my man just shoves this in my box, so I don't forget about it, like I kind of did, like Van Helsing vs. Dracula's Daughter #2. I totes McGoats forgot about that issue somehow. It slipped off my radar. Or maybe he didn't have it in that day, and that's why it slipped off my radar or something. I don't know. But I don't want that to happen. I want to actually read this, and if I can read this while getting 40 cents off, because I'm pre ordering at Graham Crackers Comics, that's even better. That is even better. Check this out. You might just like it. You might just like it if you like Spider Man stories. You know, it's about Mary Jane. It absolutely is. But it's co-starring a bunch of other Spider characters, and the last page really just kind of yeah, it bears out. Oh, she's having this discussion with Peter, and she's like, you know, this is gonna be great for my career and stuff, and he's like, yeah, but you know, you're over there, so far away, you know, surrounded by Hollywood sharks and da 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 da, and maybe actual villains. She's like, Peter, how many times have I beat up a villain with a baseball bat? You know, it's like, I can take care of myself. Very appropriate for a New Yorker, I think. It feels right. Her portrayal, It may not be like the classic supermodel Mary Jane that I grew up with, but I think it's close enough and it works. You all take care of yourselves. You might want to check it out. I'll see you next time, or at least I sure hope to. And until then, you take care of yourselves. Bye bye.